to boys high school basketball from Callahan Hall on the campus of the University of Detroit Mercy. It is the Detroit Catholic League Championship CD game this afternoon. I'm Doug Fisher along with Jeff Hager. Today featuring the Redford St. Agatha Aggies, 14-4 on the year, and the Detroit Loyola Bulldogs. They are 15-2. And Jeff Hager, these two teams that know each other very, very well. They've met here in the last two championship games.
Yeah, absolutely. They're making a real habit of this. As a matter of fact, Agatha's been here, 5 times in a row. Loyola, this is their 3rd consecutive year. And this is, like you said, kind of the rubber match between the two. St. Agatha won 2 years ago, and the Bulldogs of Loyola winners last season. And they've split their 2 regular season games this year, each team winning. So this should be a great matchup between the 2 best teams in this division.
Now, both teams struggled a little bit the other night in the semifinals to get here. However, they did survive. St. Agatha, it took a shot from their freshman, Dan Bolter, a 6-foot jumper with 13 seconds left to give them a 54-53 win over St. Clement team. And so it was a struggle for them, but they survived. And surprisingly, their fine senior, Wesley Shaw, didn't take the shot. The freshman did. He hit it, and they advanced to the finals again.
Well, Coach Robert Brown of Loyola is extremely concerned about Bolter. He said that he went out for 33 points against them in one of their games this year. Got to be one of the best freshmen, certainly in the Catholic League and maybe in Southeast Michigan right now. They showed a lot of confidence in giving him the ball the other night, Coach John Fenberg, and letting him take the final shot to win. As for Loyola, Doug, they had a tough game for 3 quarters and then really allowed Ben McGee, their fine point guard, to take over the contest, and he scored 8 of their final 15 points, and they pulled away from St. Florian.
You just saw the pictures of the coaches shaking each other's hands at center court, and Robert Brown of Detroit Loyola said that his team kind of struggled the other night too, as they beat Hamtramck St. Florian 56-50. It took Ben McGee, their fine point guard, to come alive in the second half to open it up and pull the victory out for them.
Absolutely. This should be a great contest, though. Again, Loyola comes into the game 15-2. Their only other loss, besides the one to St. Agatha, was to Detroit Communication and Media Arts. Loyola has lost some tough games, too, to Taylor Kennedy, and also along the way, as we mentioned, to Loyola. So it should be a great contest.
Should be a lot of fun. Why don't you give us the starting lineups tonight, Jeff, for this afternoon's game?
First, we'll go for St. Agatha. Starting at one guard will be number 3, Jeleno Miles. The other guard will be number 11, Johnny Lamaibo. Number 12, Dan Bolter, the freshman we talked about, will start at one forward. Number 20, Wesley Shaw, will start at the other forward, the senior. And Greg Russell will start in the middle for St. Agatha. And we'll get the Loyola starting lineups to you momentarily because we're set for tip-off.
And, of course, as you're watching in color, kind of a sharp white outfit for St. Aggies with that kind of pastel green trim. Also some gold and some dark black. And, of course, Detroit Loyola dressed in blue. And we have a little foul and contact right off the get-go, and the foul is going to go on Ben McGee, the star for Detroit Loyola, and they cannot afford to get this guy in foul trouble early.
No, just 4 seconds into the first quarter, and he picks up his first personal, so we'll see if that has any bearing the rest of the way, but just a quick tip action, and St. Agatha will bring the ball up the floor.
Moving right to left across your screen are the Aggies of St. Agatha. They have it in the person of their point guard, Wesley Shaw, and the ball is stolen away by Detroit Redford. And they take a shot from the left wing. It's missed short, and the rebound out to the Aggies. A little bit tight, both teams looks here early, Jeff, as if we have another turnover. Again, Redford has it running down. That's Redford's St. Agatha who lost, Detroit Loyola after the turnover. And another error. So both teams a little bit tight here early.
Yeah, turnovers so far, St. Agatha with 2 already, Loyola with 1. So just 1 shot in the first half a minute of the game.
The Aggies have it, no score, just underway from Callahan Hall, University of Detroit Mercy. That's Jeleno Miles driving through with a left-hand shot off, and the rebound pulled down by Detroit Loyola. And that was Jason Siller on the rebound. They move it down to the baseline, a little contact, and another foul on the Aggies. And that's going to be a number, Jeleno Miles.
His first personal, kind of bumped him that time as his number counterpart, Logan, tried to go baseline.
On the inbound pass will be Greg Paldo. He's their center. Looks for a little bit of help. Gets it in the inbound pass to Melvin Redwine. Long three from the top of the key off the iron short off Dallas Logan. And we have him the other way with St. Agatha. A little bit of contact. Ball moves out to the right side. That's Johnny Lamaibo. Pass in the middle. Nice little post shot. Little scoop shot is missed off the hands of Greg Russell, and a rebound to Detroit Loyola. They come quickly the other way. Nice pass. There was an open player in the middle, and it was missed. And then an errant pass and picked up there by Dan Bolter. He's the freshman who made the winning basket the other night. They move the ball in. Here's a nice little layup scoop. And the first basket of the afternoon made by Jeleno Miles. And Redford St. Agatha is on the board. It's 2-0. Quickly down court the other way. Shot up at the foul line and hit. As Dallas Logan with his first, we're tied at 2.
Yeah, it looks like, as you mentioned, both teams tight early on here, and I think both coaches imploring their players right now to get back into their offense and get into their sets and relax a little bit.
Jeleno Miles picked up by Ben McGee. The ball goes off on the left to Wesley Shaw. Shaw drives the baseline, pull up 15, off balance, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and let's see, it'll go back over to Loyola.
Neither team getting many shots off, and when they are, they're not making very many so far. Just 1 of 4 so far for the Aggies, 1 of 3 for the Bulldogs.
On the inbound, Ben McGee, the flashy guard, gives it back out to his counterpart, Dallas Logan. Logan is picked up there by Jeleno Miles. Handout goes back to McGee. McGee waving above his head. Doesn't look like any number there, just kind of a full hand. Pass off on the right-hand side to Melvin Redwine. Back top side, Dallas Logan. Logan will drive down the lane, got a little move, and he puts it through.
Nice move that time by Logan. I think what they're imploring their offense to do is move around a little bit. Both teams seem to be standing around just a little bit.
Logan has all 4 of the Bulldog points as they lead 4-2 over Agatha. Nice try to save there, and Loyola had it for a moment. They got it back. Here's a 2-on-none breakaway. Here's Logan again with a left-handed layup and in. He's got all 6 of Detroit Loyola points.
3 of 4 so far from the floor here in the first quarter. He's carrying them.
6-2 your score, 5:15 first period. Detroit Loyola leads Redford St. Agatha. Here's that freshman with the shot from the top of the key, who's short, and that was Dan Bolter. Maybe not a good shot. Pass off on the left. Here's a 3 attempt. Again, Logan a little bit high over the bracket. It'll go back to St. Agatha.
Well, for an early game of 6-2 here, 3 minutes in, both teams are playing as if this is a fast-paced horse race, end-to-end game right now.
Neither team shy about shooting as well.
Not at all.
Jeleno Miles has got Ben McGee on him with the pass off on the right wing. Over there is Wesley Shaw. He'll run and put it up off the glass, no good. Tried maybe over the back there, tried to get a little bit too aggressive on his rebound attempt. We should have a foul on Wesley Shaw.
Well, trying to follow his shot that time was Wesley Shaw and trying to get this offense on track. So far, St. Agatha 1 of 6 from the floor and 3 turnovers to go along with that. Not exactly the first quarter start that Coach John Fenbert wanted to get off to here.
Your officials for today's game, Rick Massa, Tom Leichfeld, and Mike Peltz. Across the time, holding up the one finger is Ben McGee. McGee covered closely in between the circles. Attempts to drive it towards the right side, and he does. There's Jeleno Miles. Take that back, it's Dallas Logan, excuse me. As a pass off, a nice little scoop shot there by Jason Siller. Will be his first. It's 8-2 now. The Bulldogs of Loyola with the lead. Quickly down the other way, a shot up and missed. And that was Jeleno Miles. Ben McGee quickly the other way. Nice pass off, little hesitation up off the glass. Give that bucket to Jason Siller, and we got a foul. Now we got a timeout call there, Jeffrey.
Yeah, after a real slow start, Loyola got on fire here. They've got their running game going. It looked like from the get-go they wanted to get out and run this thing a little bit, but maybe a little nervous to the start. Started with a couple of turnovers early on, and now it seems like they get the running game firing on all cylinders that time. Guys are filling the lanes. That time Jason Siller did a nice job of running down the floor and filling the lane up that time. And Loyola is just an extremely athletic team. We're going to hopefully get a look here at this play by Shaw.
Siller's got the last couple of baskets for 4, and Dallas Logan has got the other 6. The only basket for Redford St. Agatha. Ben McGee goes to the other one.
Yeah, he fills the lane real nicely right there. Just a great job of running the fast break that time by Ben McGee. That's what he's out there for.
So after the timeout, the Aggies bring it up. They move it back on the right side. Drive in, shot up off the glass is missed by Greg Russell, the center, and the rebound one more time to Detroit Loyola. Quickly down the other way, Ben McGee has got his first bucket of the afternoon, and it's 12-2, a 10-point lead for Detroit Loyola. Aggies bring it up quickly. With the ball to the right side is Bolter. In the middle now, back on the right wing, near the foul line, drive down, and Bolter is tripped. That should be a Loyola foul.
Jason Siller is going to pick that one up, his second team foul on Loyola. But looking at St. Agatha right now, it just doesn't seem to be happening in terms of offensive movement. A lot of guys standing around kind of waiting for the ball to get to them, and Loyola's playing aggressive enough defense. They're denying them the basketball.
On the inbound pass, it was a missed shot by Russell. He got his own rebound back. Agatha saved it, shot up off the glass, missed again. underneath the hoop. There's a pass off and another attempt and no good. And finally, Jason Siller pulls it away for Loyola. He'll bring it all the way down, strip the lane, up off the glass, bounces a couple of times, doesn't go. Rebound to Loyola, and we got a foul underneath the hoop.
Boy, real nice athletic move that time by Jason Siller to take it right down the lane. I'm real impressed so far by the Bulldogs because they seem to have 5 excellent athletes out on the floor right now, any one of whom can just take the ball to the hoop and like to do so.
Foul went to Greg Russell, the center. He got a close-up of him, number 52. Inbound pass, Dallas Logan, top side, drives right lane, pull up, in and out. And the rebound goes to Dan Bolter of St. Agatha. 12-2 your score, 3:06 first period. Class CD championship game, Detroit Catholic did. There's that freshman again with a shot from the foul line, and he missed. Dan Bolter, he's not shy.
Not at all. I just like that play that time.
Shot up by Loyola's good. There's Ben McGee, and I think he was just inside the 3 marker. That should be a 2 for McGee. He's got 4 points, and it's 14-2. The Bulldogs of Loyola with the lead. Jelena Miles, who passes off beautifully down underneath. There's an easy basket for Greg Russell. Off the feed, give the assist to Jelena Miles.
Yeah, needed that one really. That was a real big hoop for them.
14-4 your score. Ben McGee with a bucket. Up, they're going to wave it off. On the offensive charge, he made a little nice left-handed shot.
That'll be his second personal that time, driving down the lane. Maybe trying to go through the trees that time. There was nobody else from his team around. But I like the last 2 times St. Agatha's come down the floor. They're starting to move around on offense a little bit and starting to run their offense some. And they got a couple of baskets, or at least 1 basket as a result of that, and a near miss on another one. So
important second foul, too, against Ben McGee. Coach Robert Brown's going to leave him in, however. We have our first substitution of the afternoon for St. Agatha, in the person of Maurice Payne, number 21. Oh, there's a nice rejection. Greg Paldo, the center, quickly the other way. Dallas Logan, nice little fake, and we got a traveling violation, maybe a little too fancy there by Dallas Logan.
He had a nice idea that time. It looked like he wanted to turn around and dish to the man cutting down the center of the lane, and instead carried the basketball, took that extra step.
Logan, 6'3½", a junior guard. 2:14 left in the first period, a 10-point lead for Detroit Loyola.
I think we got a situation with some blood here right now, and they're going to have to make a substitution for number 20, Wesley Shaw. He might have bit the inside of his lip, and he's got some bleeding, and they're going to make him come off here and kind of get his bearings.
A little groggy, going to take a seat on the Aggie bench. Of course, he's their high scorer. He probably will not sit out too long once he gets that taken care of. Jelena Miles across the time, picked up by Ben McGee. Gets a little pick, right side of the lane. Pass down low, beautiful feed. There's an easy basket for Greg Russell. His second, it's 14-6. And it looks like we've got a traveling violation against Loyola, so things maybe turn a little bit more in the Aggie direction now.
Yeah, 5th turnover now for Loyola in this first quarter, and that's a little high. They've gotten a lot of great shots. Number 21, Maurice Payne came on for Shaw, and we just had another substitution, I believe, number 23, Keandre Booker coming into the game. He's their 6th man for Loyola.
Moving it right to left, across your screen. We get a nice little pick. Jelena Miles from the foul line, bounces, no good. Rebound to Greg Paldo, does a nice job on the boards. Dallas Logan up quickly, driving a drive on the freshman, little reverse, got it blocked. Beautiful job by the freshman Bolter, but Loyola keeps control of it. That's Jason Siller. Siller looking for the handoff to Ben McGee. Coach Robert Brown calling up play number 3. Just inside half court, they pass it off on the right side to Keandre Booker. Booker gets a pick, drives down the lane, a little left hand is short off the iron. The ball's being tipped around. Let's see who's going to get it. And it stays with Detroit Loyola. Dallas Logan with the 3 attempt, left wing, a little bit long, and the rebound pulled off by Maurice Payne. Then he lost it, and back it goes again. Another 3 for Loyola, short off the iron. And finally pulling away is Johnny Lamaibo. They get it down the court quickly. Miles with the pull-up 15-footer short. I think that one might have been partially blocked, and Loyola comes away with it. Bring it down quickly to Logan. Left off the iron, short again, tipped out of bounds, and it should stay with the Bulldogs. It does.
Boy, give Greg Russell a lot of credit that time, though, for standing his ground and making Dallas Logan shoot that ball, and then Logan knocks it, or actually Russell knocks it out of bounds, but a fine play that time defensively to stand his ground and not let Logan inside. Speaking of Dallas Logan, I mean, he's been fantastic from in close today, but 0 for 3 so far from three-point land. So at this point, neither team is really lighting things up. St. Agatha hasn't yet to attempt a three-pointer. The Bulldogs are 0 for 4 thus far from behind the arc.
Jeff, surprisingly, Coach Robert Brown called a timeout with less than a minute to go in the period, but he obviously saw something the last couple of times on the court he didn't like.
Well, you know, they're not getting the good shots right now, and it kind of seems like guys are catching the ball and trying to drive and trying to make something happen on their own instead of working what was getting them here, and that was passing the basketball. Moving the basketball here in the first 4 minutes really got them out to that 12-2 lead.
We're getting a little peek of the Aggie bench over a camera. We've got one of the bigger players there blocking our camera angle into the bench. Maybe a little secrecy going on here, Jeff.
Brandon Upshaw, he's a 6'4" senior, and we'll see if he comes out in terms of action right now. Greg Russell's been doing a fine job inside. A little bit smaller is St. Agatha right now than the Bulldogs, and I think that's showing up on the rebounds. The Bulldogs are getting second and third opportunities, in particular on the offensive glass.
Leading scorer Dallas Logan with the 6 for Loyola. Ben McGee has 4, and he's got a couple of fouls. Jason Siller has 4 for Redford St. Agatha. Their 6 points, 4 for Greg Russell, their big center, and Jeleno Miles has the other 2. Detroit Loyola inbound underneath with Dallas Logan under their own hoop, and he finds McGee back in the lineup on the left baseline. Trap back to Logan.
We got to
nice
stay
shot
with
up.
them.
It should count unless they whistle a traveling violation before the shot. They did.
Tough on rebounding. If we box out and do the little things, there's not going to be any surprises today. They're going to play man-to-man. We're basically going to play man-to-man, and there's no surprises. We just got to stay with them on the boards.
Your pregame interview there with
All right,
Coach
thanks.
Benberg.
Yeah, he had a lot to say in terms of he knew this team would have to rebound, and so far they haven't been doing a real good job of rebounding against Loyola.
Nice cut to the basket. You saw the first shot and attempt, actually not the first shot, the first basket made by Dan Bolter, the freshman who hit the winner the other night. We're under 20 seconds first period, 14-8. Loyola with the ball and the lead. Off balance shot. How did he connect with that? Ben McGee. Oh, my.
Excellent move that time.
He was side to the basket. Here's a runner by Jeleno Miles the other way for the Aggies. He missed. And I think he went over the back trying to attempt his own miss on the rebound there. Jeleno Miles should get the foul as well.
Well, it's been a rough first quarter for him. That's his second personal foul. And also, he is 1 of 5 from the floor thus far. They need him to come up big here in the second quarter, but with the 2 fouls, that could be some trouble.
16-8 your score, 2.3 seconds. Logan on the inbound if he touches it, and finally here's a 3 attempt. That's the buzzer off the glass, no good. At the end of 1 period of play from Detroit Callahan Hall, University of Detroit Mercy, 16-8, Detroit Loyola leads Redford St. Agatha.
Yeah, Paldo that time with a pretty good looking shot there at the buzzer from about 35 feet. He launched it and got some glass on that one and almost got it to drop. But you know, so far Loyola has just dominated this first quarter. And you look at what they've been able to do offensively, except for a little lull there of about 2 minutes where they had a lot. Robert Brown, the head coach of Loyola, talks a little bit about what he wanted to do.
Right, yeah.
You're looking at Coach Brown right now, too, as he's shouting, or actually he's not shouting, he's speaking very, very nicely.
Their offense. And
here we go to Robert Brown, the coach, in your pregame interview.
he was pretty much not playing his game, and I know he could play a lot better, and he's a pretty quick kid. And so what I wanted him to do was attack the lanes, and which draws the defense to him and dish it off. And if he has a clear lane to take it. And he took charge of the game in the fourth quarter. And so he really made things happen for us, and I was really proud of him on that.
Tell us today, St. Ag and you guys are making a habit of this. So you guys have split the season. What do you got to do today to beat this team?
Today, apply pressure defensively. Defense for us has won games for us all year long.
Coach Brown
that's the
talked
whole
a little
key.
bit, Jeff, about the
we
other
have
night,
to
obviously,
pressure
and,
their
performance
shooter,
of Ben.
Wesley Shaw, and also freshman Dan. I can't think of his last name right now, but he really hurt us. He had 33 points last game on us, and he won the game for him at the buzzer by 2 points. And so we have to really put pressure on those guys, crash the boards, and our game is transition, and so we have to get the ball out and run. I don't feel as though teams could really deal with this if we have a running game intact.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you later.
Ben McGee with the first foul shot here. Coach has been talking a lot about Ben McGee. He's their star player, obviously, with a total of now 7 points here in the first half. Doug Fisher along with Jeff Hager from the University of Detroit Mercy and Callahan Hall. Second one up and down as well for Ben McGee, coming alive offensively now, Jeff, with 8 points.
Yeah, Loyola was 8 of 16 in the first half, 8 of 11 from two-point land. They were 0 of 5 from beyond the three-point arc.
A little bit of backcourt pressure. However, the Aggies break it. They trail by 10, 18-8 down low. They find their big center one more time. Greg Russell, who has 6 points here in the first half. 18-10 your score. Quickly the other way. Nice little strip away there, as you saw underneath. And that was the center again, Russell. And they're going to call a jump ball, held ball? No, they called a foul.
I think it'll be a held ball, but
it is a held
the
ball.
alternating
All right.
Possession.
For a second, both the teams went to the foul line. Alternating possession will come back to the Aggies. Across the timeline, Johnny Lamaibo tried to drive down, kind of lost control, had a little bump there, and I think they're going to call Dallas Logan with a foul.
Boy, rough first quarter for St. Agatha, 4 of 18 from the floor. They need to obviously shoot much better than that in order to get back into this game.
That foul will go on Dallas Logan, his first. He has 6 points here in the first half. Inbounding the pass, that will be Wesley Shaw for the Aggies. And checking back in is Melvin Redwine for Detroit Loyola. Sitting down will be Dallas Logan. Inbounding the pass, Wesley Shaw looking for someone. Finds right underneath the hoop for the easy two. Greg Russell, who's got 8.
Greg Russell's really stepped it up. He missed his first 4 shots. Now he's made 4 straight.
Ben McGee across the time, 18-12, moving left to right across the screen. Our Detroit Loyola, the Bulldogs. Wild shot there, not a good one. However, a lucky rebound in the follow basket made good by number 4. That's Victor Hicks in the lineup off the bench. Victor Hicks, his first basket. And it's a 20-12 lead for Loyola.
Thought Lamaibo got fouled that time.
Well, no call. The ball took out of bounds. Rick Massa, the official, says we'll keep it right in the Aggie end.
Tough shot. Other than Greg Russell right now, though, when you look at the rest of the St. Agatha team, they're not shooting particularly well.
Here's the inbound pass. Miles there to strip away and a steal all the way down. Quick Ben McGee, right-hand layup up and in. McGee now in double figures. He's got a total of 10.
Just a wonderful player. Boy, he's got some outstanding quickness.
22-12 your score. They tried to force a pass in. He picked it up off the ground. Greg Russell. He's now in double digits as well with 10. 22-14. Ben McGee quickly right wing three. Count it. He's lighting them up now.
Really starting to take this game over.
25-14 your score. Quickly Wesley Shaw the other way. Left-hander scoop up and in. You got to get this guy in the scoring column. His first bucket of the afternoon is 25-16. Loyola with the lead. They had the ball, brought it down court quickly. That was Victor Hicks. He made a little contact and he was fouled. Foul's going to go against Greg Russell. That'll be his second.
A couple of key players right now for St. Agatha in a little bit of foul trouble. Jeleno Miles with 2. So Greg Russell with 2.
Greg Paldo will come back in for Detroit Loyola. And the inbound pass, looking for some help. They find it on the left side. Keandra Booker. Here's Ben with another 3 attempt and a miss. And the rebound, nice job there by Greg Russell in position. Bringing it down, Wesley Shaw for the Aggies. At the foul line, right, puts it in. Nice smooth follow shoot. There's that gooseneck there. They teach you that when you're young. He's got 4. Quickly down court the other way at Loyola. It's 25-18. The Bulldogs lead. They have the ball. Ben McGee on the left wing. Between the circles now, bringing it out high. Calling for play number 5. No pressure on him. They bring it to the right side. That's Booker. Booker back to McGee.
This is the slowest this game's moved here in about 5 minutes.
Into the middle now. They find Powell, though. He had it partially stripped, and the Aggies come away with it. And the person, Yano Miles, beautiful little feed down low, and he missed the easy layup. Johnny Lamaibo. We did have another Aggie who was fouled, however. That was Dan Boulder, the freshman, who picked up the missed shot.
Well, an easy glance, because it was such a great pass by Miles, it looked like an easy layup, but Lamaibo found himself underneath the basket at a tough angle and really tried to put it up as he normally would on a good angle, and it just wouldn't fall for him. But Bolter will get a chance here to make a couple of free throws. And, you know, we've been talking about all the missed shots for St. Agatha. If he makes these, they're only 5 points back.
And it clanks off to the right. So Dan Bolter, 1 hoop for the afternoon. A couple of more substitutions. Liberal substitutions here. Yano Miles, beautiful little feed down low, and he missed the easy layup.
There's a great block though by number 45, Greg Paldo.
They called him on a foul though, however. And Bolter makes his second. That was a little premature, but it looked so good going up there. I gave it to him. He's got 3 points, and it's 25-19. The other way, Logan hits the three.
His first one here after missing his first 3 of the first half.
He's got a total of 9 points, 28-19. Loyola with the lead, the Aggies with the ball. Wesley Shaw looking to drive down the lane, pull up foul line, short off the iron, gets his own rebound. The follow is good.
Wesley Shaw's really given this team a lift off the bench, 3 of 6 from the floor thus far.
All 6 of his points here in the second period, too. 4:37 until halftime, 28-21. A 7-point Loyola lead. Ben McGee, flashy ball handling there, picked up by Jeleno Miles. Drives off balance shot, not a good one, but he got some body contact, and that's going to be foul number 3 on Jeleno Miles.
I think that's going to go on Johnny Lamayo.
Oh, it did go on Lamayo.
That's
Okay,
his
I'm
first.
sorry. It was not on Miles, it's Johnny Lamayo, number 11. That'll be his first foul. And at the line will be Ben McGee. McGee really coming alive here in the scoring column now.
Yeah, he's had a big second quarter.
13 points for him now. And he connects to number 14. 3 for 3 from the stripe, and it's 29-21. Class CD championship for University of Detroit Mercy, Callahan Hall. Detroit Catholic League championship game CD. And second one, a clanger. Paldo, though, with a follow-up, and he missed. Russell with the rebound for the Aggies. St. Agatha brings it up quickly. There's a nice little move down the lane, and Johnny Lamayo got some contact and a foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Johnny Lamayo really trying to get himself started here. He's missed his first 4 shots. And so you give him a little bit of credit for keeping the confidence going there.
Well, if they call that one on Ben McGee, that'll be his 3rd. He's going to have to sit down.
You would think so.
We got a timeout on the court. 4:19 till halftime, 29-21. And if I'm not mistaken, the official came over and put up the numbers 1-1, and that would be 3 on Ben McGee.
Both.
We're going to take a look at it one more time. There's you see him cut down the lane. He tried to stay away from him, but some body contact there by Ben McGee.
It looked like Paldo might have gotten him first, but they called it on McGee. So that'll be tough. If it is indeed his 3rd personal foul, they're going to have to get him out of here in the first half with an 8-point lead at the 4:14 mark, 4:19 mark. We'll see how that affects Loyola if they do indeed take him out.
He's a high scorer. They're going to leave him in. Coach Robert Brown, he has 3 fouls, and of course, I don't know about that. You don't want him to pick up his 4th before halftime.
Not at all.
29-21, and he leads the scoring for the Bulldogs with a total of 13.
And he's walking out there right now, kind of holding on to that right hip area. I don't know if he's got a problem with that right leg right now or not. He's kind of stretching himself out.
And foul shot number 1 bounces off the rim right, out the hand of Johnny Lamayo, and yet to hit the scoring column this afternoon.
Yeah, not for lack of trying, though. Boy, he's really been getting the shot up there.
And he's quick.
Very
Makes
quick.
good at number 1. 1 or 2 from the foul line, and it's 29-22. A 7-point Loyola lead. They have the ball. There's Ben McGee with the 3 fouls. Coming out near half court, picked up by Lamayo. Between the legs a couple of times, moves it off on the right. That's Melvin Redwine. Melvin Redwine passed back to Logan. And McGee, that is, back in the middle now at the foul line. They drive down to the lane, pull up the little 7-footer off the glass. Good for Jason Siller. He made 2 early buckets. He's now got 6. 31-22 your score. Down the other way, Wesley Shaw. Beautiful little move, short on his shot from the left baseline. Coming away with it, Paldo on the rebound. Finally finds Siller over on the left. He'll take it. Let's give it out to the guard. Let's get it to McGee.
Now, McGee's still noticeably limping, and I think what the idea is offensively here is just to keep him way out top and out of the way.
Well, Siller did a nice job there and threw one up and got some contact from Dan Bolter of the Aggies, and Bolter's going to pick up a foul here. He was trying to get him in the act of shooting.
Yeah, it's going to be 1-1 from here on in for both teams, so regardless, they'll go to the free throw line the rest of the way. But yeah, it looks like offensively right now, I think what Coach Robert Brown has told McGee is to stay out top and stay out of the lane. Don't pick up a 4th foul on a possible charge or something of that nature. But you can tell right now, I think he's definitely hurt. He's still trying to stretch himself out.
Siller, a 6'3" senior at the line. First one up, and it almost looked like a Dennis Rodman type shot. Very short, barely made the iron. However, the Aggies had it for a moment, then they lost it. Down court, Wesley Shaw, up and off the glass and down. Wesley Shaw.
It's surprising Shaw's not a starter because he's really giving this team a lift.
Well, I had him down in my roster as a starter. He's a senior. And of course, he's a forward number 20 with 8 points. We had a shot missed by Logan the other way quickly, a very long one. And down the other way, the Aggies have it. There's Lamayo underneath the hoop, throws a wild one up there, partially blocked by Greg Paldo. He got the rebound. Down court, Ben McGee the other way for Loyola's got a 3-on-2. Splits the lane, missed it, the follow no good. We got a whistle and a foul on the Aggies, and that's Wesley Shaw. It'll be his second. Very, very quick, even though he is noticeably limping, as you said, was Ben McGee.
Now let's take a look at that last basket by St. Agatha if we can. Just a tremendous play inside. What a pass this time to get to Wesley Shaw. Jeleno Miles, even though he's not on track to offensively scoring-wise,
nice
he's
bounce
making
pass.
some great passes.
Beautiful. Down to Wesley Shaw, a little hesitation up off the window and through. Very pretty. Down the other way, though, at the line will be Melvin Redwine. Bounces a couple of times, bends up and flings it off to the left. We'll have another substitution check in here momentarily. Michael Law for St. Agatha.
Yeah, McGee kind of split the offense or split the defense that time because they gave it to him. I mean, they pretty much cleared the lane for him defensively and let him go right down the middle.
One more for Redwine. Bounces it a couple of times, 3 times. Spins it in the fingers, up and no good. Bolter with the rebound for St. Agatha.
It's just a 7-point game right now.
31-24 if you're just joining us. The Detroit Classic League CD Championship. Bolter tried to drive down the lane. They called over the traveling. And I saw Ben McGee looking over the official said, please, ref, don't call one on me.
Yeah. They're still going to leave him in there, though. Interesting.
And Dallas Logan checks back in. Sat down momentarily. Robert Brown directing him. They'll bring it up across the time. Jeleno Miles to pick him up. Down to 2:32 until halftime. 31-24. Loyola, there is a split down the lane. Runner missed up by Logan. Tried to follow it up, and we did have another foul. That was Jason Schiller underneath the hoop, attempting that basket.
Tough move down the lane that time by Logan. Almost got it to fall, but I'll tell you what, Loyola's dominance on the boards is really showing through.
Johnny Lamaibo with the foul, and going to the line will be Jason Schiller.
It's 2 on Lamaibo, so there are 3 players right now for the Aggies that each have 2 fouls.
Schiller bounces it. Up and, oh man, missing some key foul shots here, however.
That's their last 4 in a row, as a matter of fact. Not exactly what Coach Robert Brown wants to see right now.
2:25 until half. He'll have one more. He looks good at the foul line. Up and bounces it.
One to go.
Jason Schiller now with a total of 7 points and 32-24. Detroit Loyola leads. Redford St. Agatha, they have the ball on the right side. Michael Law with his 3, way short, air ball. And Loyola comes away with it. Keandre Booker, he'll try to go all the way down himself in a nice little strip away. Good defense by Jeleno Miles. To Lamaibo, he loses it. Looking back for Miles on the left. You see him on the left side of the circle. To Lamaibo. Top sided, going towards the right, now back left, down the lane. Tried to force a pass in the middle, nice steal away by Greg Paldo. Easy all the way down. Here's an easy dunk. Give that basket to Dallas Logan.
But just when the Aggies seem like they're closing the gap, Loyola comes away with a little run to kind of get back up to a double-digit lead.
There's a nice pick and a 3 attempt. Jeleno Miles off. Follow Russell and in. And he's got a total of 12. Down to 127 to steal away. Down the freshman up off the glass. The runner no good. That was Dan Bolter, and Loyola gets it the other way. Schiller with his pull-up, no good. Tip up, follow Logan. Good defensive or offensive position areas on the boards by Dallas Logan.
Where would they be right now? Would the Aggies be if they didn't have Greg Russell in there putting the ball in? He's got 12 points.
10-point lead for Loyola. There's a little split, up, off, and in. Give that basket to Jeleno Miles. He's got 4. Under a minute to go, 36-28, Jeff.
And still an 8-point lead, but Loyola's got their offense going pretty good right now, too.
Ben McGee between the legs at the same time. He can look it over his coach, Robert Brown, and get directions. He'll pull up 3, top side, yes! Ben McGee, 39-28 your score.
Plays pretty good for a kid that's hurt right now.
Not bad at all. Across the timeline with it now. Jeleno Miles picked up by McGee, 26 seconds. Passes off on the right. And they're looking for the last shot, obviously, here. Holding the ball is Greg Russell.
Well, last shot, you figure for as many as they've missed today, if they can get a basket here, they keep it under single digits going into the second half. We'll see what
Jeleno
happens.
Miles down under 10 now. Boy, he's going to have to move it in. 6 seconds. I wonder if he's aware of the time. Down to 4-3. Pass off here. Russell with a shot right side short. And I think he lost track of time at the end of 2 periods of play. At the University of Detroit Mercy, Callahan Hall, your score, Detroit Loyola 39, Redford St. Agatha 28.
And I think we're going to get a look at Dallas Logan's 2 of his points here in this first half. He's really helped out in terms of the Bulldogs, scoring thus far 13. 1 3-pointer along the way, and had a dunk that just really kind of got the juices flowing again when it looked like maybe the Aggies were going to trim that lead and get it down to within 5 points.
Well, not really what you wanted on the last shot there either, because St. Agatha really lost awareness of the time situation, and they passed it off probably to their bigger guy, Russell, who's shooting a 3, the center that you don't want out there that far.
Yeah, both teams really turned it up in the second quarter, though. After a 16-8 first quarter, it was 23-20. Loyola still finishes on top to lengthen that lead from 8 to 11 points.
Once again, your halftime score, Detroit Loyola 39, Detroit to Redford St. Agatha 28. Underway, second half of action, Class CD Championship, Detroit Catholic League game. And St. Agatha, the Aggies, disconnecting their 3-pointer. And I believe that was Lamaibo who hit that one, the very first one, as we're just coming back to action here in the second half. There's a turnover against Loyola. And so the Aggies are cutting into this lead, which at halftime was 39-28 in favor of Loyola.
Yeah, both teams had different stories. We'll tell you about them in a moment here in the first half. But Greg Russell hitting another basket. St. Agatha starting the second half much better than they began the first.
Russell was the leading scorer for the Aggies in the first half with 12. He now has 14, 39-33. Doug Fisher along with Jeff Hager and you this afternoon from the University of Detroit Mercy and Callahan Hall. There's a nice steal by Greg Russell. And moving left to right across your dial the second half are the Aggies of Redford St. Agatha. Nice little move. Delano Miles up, missed. They try to keep it alive, and they do. And then an errant pass by Miles out of bounds, turnover. It'll go back over to Detroit Loyola.
Yeah, I don't think that time Dan Bolter was expecting that pass. He thought Miles was going to go right back up with it.
39-33, just a 6-point game. These two teams split in the regular season, and they have also split the last 2 years as far as champions here in this game. Loyola won last year, and St. Agatha won 2 years ago. Jason Siller pulls up a little 10-foot runner, and he hits it. His first in the second half, he's got 9 points, and it's 41-33. Detroit Loyola with a lead. Wesley Shaw across the timeline. He had 8 points in the first half. He has it stolen away, though, by Booker in the lineup. Just came in off the bench. He puts it down. DeAndre Booker with his first basket of the afternoon. He's got 2. It's 44-33, and he steals it away. Dallas Logan with the pass off left. Ben McGee, 3-pointer off. Tip up, follow is in. Give that bucket to 45, Greg Poldo.
His first points.
And it's 45-33, just like that. Loyola leads by 12. Pass off left corner. Here's a shot out Lamaibo, long. Russell with a rebound. Back Miles. His free attempt right wing is short off the iron. Russell with a rebound. He'll pass it down low. Beautiful, nice speed, and they missed the easy bunny.
Boy, Johnny Lamaibo just can't buy a basket.
Down the other way quickly. Here's a shot up. Booker, he's got 2 in a row. DeAndre Booker off the bench with 4 here in the third period. And I believe we've got a timeout.
Well, they had it down to a 39-33 advantage. Loyola didn't come out here and score in the first minute of the third quarter, Doug, but boy, they've ripped off 8 points in a row, and I think Coach John Fenwick is afraid that, Fenberg is afraid this game's going to get away from them.
Well, and they had an easy basket underneath the hoop, too, off the nice pass, and Lamaibo missed it. However, Lamaibo took one prior to that, a real long-range free. Probably not the shot that he wanted, and they've lost a little bit of their composure here the last minute or so.
Quickly, let's look at what has been some great up and down action here in the third quarter in particular. Logan quickly moving the ball, and you see Booker that time, who has come alive here in the second half. A tough shot.
It was, and he found it, and of course then he stole a pass away again and made another one, so 4 points for DeAndre Booker off the bench here in the third period.
Some of the first half numbers too. 13 of 37 from the floor. That is 35%. That's what St. Agatha was in the first half, while the Loyola Bulldogs were 16 of 31, 52%. But the Bulldogs turned the ball over a lot, the 8 turnovers to just 4 for St. Agatha. So that was why the Aggies were able to stay and keep it within 11.
You're looking at Coach John Fembert in his 6th year at St. Agatha. He's been there for a number of years in other capacities. Wesley Shaw to inbound up half court. And he finds Bolter, the freshman, will bring it across the timeline. Passed off Jeleno Miles. Miles picked up by Ben McGee. Gets a nice little pick there. Drives it left side of the lane between the legs. And he'll get it down. There's a little kick. Bolter's got it back. Tried to force a pass in there. It went off of Jason Siller, and it will stay with St. Agatha.
I think St. Agatha was a little concerned, though, that it might have went off of Lamaibo's hands that time.
Wesley Shaw gets a hand from the official. On the inbound it goes. Handoff. And there's a pick. Miles will try the 3 from the right, short off the iron. There's another rebound, Jason Siller. Siller on the outlet to Logan. Logan across the time, tries to force a pass in. And it went off the hands of Greg Paldo and out of bounds. It'll go back to St. Agatha.
The Aggies are just 1 of 8 from behind the 3-point arc right now. Just that shot by Lamaibo is the only one that they've been able to make that started the third quarter.
14-point lead for the Bulldogs. St. Agatha, the Aggies with the ball, however. Johnny Lamaibo, top side of Dan Paldo. He's a freshman. Right to the senior Shaw. His pull-up shot no good. And a little guy McGee comes away. Down court quickly. We have a whistle and foul. It'll count.
Nice play that time by Logan, as he knew he was going to get contact from Bolter, drew the contact, put up a tough shot, and got it to go. Realized once he had the contact to start getting that shooting motion in the air, get that rhythm going toward the basket, and he would get the call.
Logan with 15, make it 16 points. Logan now with 16 points, and it's 50-33, a 17-point lead. As the runner by Bolter is no good. He tries to save it and saves it right to Loyola. The other way, Siller quickly, his off-balance shot is no good. Rebound pull away by Wesley Shaw. 4:32 here in the third period, the CD championship game. And there's Boulder again driving in, lost it off his knee, out of bounds. It was kicked, however, by Jason Siller, and will stay with the Aggies.
That the shooting woes continue for the Aggies after making their first 2 here in the third quarter. They've missed 7 straight.
50-33 your score, 17-point lead for Detroit Loyola, 4:24 here in the third period of play. And you're getting a good look at Coach John Fembert. And a little bit of a liquid on the floor in the corner there, as you see, and they're trying to wipe it up.
Somebody got to dump in the Gatorade a little bit early. Usually they wait till the end of the game to do that, don't they?
There you see a nice fellow there overseeing the operation. Wesley Shaw waiting for the handoff in the inbound. 17-point lead for the Bulldogs now at halftime. It was 39-28, and St. Agatha, it looked like they were going to get back into this ball game, but Loyola really came out here strong in the third period.
Well, they just haven't been able to make shots, and Coach Robert Brown's team has just done an excellent job getting back defensively. And right now, if you look at St. Agatha's offense, everything's coming from the perimeter. They're hardly getting any inside looks, and when they do, they're really contested shots.
You're looking at Coach Robert Brown right now, a very big fella. Here's a freshman with his turnaround shot. This is his first one from the field for Dan Bolter, who has a total of 3 points for the Aggies, and is 50-35, a 15-point Redford
They need him to get going to have any hope of getting back in this one.
deficit. Detroit Loyola with the lead in the ball. Booker, who has 4 points here in the third period, passed it down low. Turnaround shot is missed, but he's going to go to the line for 2. That's Greg Poldo. And the foul will go against the freshman Bolter. That'll be his second. At the line will be Greg Poldo, the big center.
Poldo that time starting to get involved in the offense. He wasn't much of a factor in the first half. I believe he only took 1 shot, actually 2. He took a 3-pointer toward the end.
And we have a foul shot missed. And we'll have one more by Poldo, and this one clangs and goes through. Poldo 1 of 2, he's got 3 points. 3 points, and we have a basket miss on the other, or attempt miss on the other end, and the rebound is Siller, 51-35. Logan drives down, got a lane, and he missed it. He was fouled over the line for 2.
Now the Bulldogs just keep doing what they've been doing the whole game, and that's aggressively attack the basket and move in the direction of the hoop and force the Aggies to foul them, and so far that strategy's worked pretty well.
51-35 is your score, and at the line will be Dallas Logan, and having a great game, 16 points. He had 17 in the semifinal win the other night, and he makes good in his foul shot. They'll have one more. We have a substitution checking in. This is a Brandon Upshaw for the Aggies, and he's a tall player, so with him and Russell in there, they maybe will try to go inside a little bit more.
They have to do something soon.
Number 2 is good by Logan.
Because right now it appears to me the Bulldogs are just firing on all cylinders.
18 points for Dallas Logan, 53-35 your score, 3:41 in the third period. Delano Miles gets a pick, tries to drive right inside the 3. Ball's tipped out of bounds off the hands of McGee. Good job defensively by him. It'll stay with the Aggies.
Number 12 checking in right now, that is Willie Marshall. See his first action. Ben McGee will sit down. Surprisingly, he's been able to stay out of that foul trouble, even though he picked up 3 in the first half.
Marshall, a 5'8" sophomore. Wesley Shaw, the senior, will inbound it for St. Agatha. And he finds Russell. To Jeleno Miles. Miles driving. Nice lane, and he put it up and in. He'll go to the line and a chance for a 3-point play.
It's one of the best moves offensively I think we've seen today from the Aggies in terms of a nice clear out that time, and Miles drove to the hoop, drove hard, made sure he put it up off the glass and put it in.
Jeleno Miles with 6 points, his first bucket here of the second half.
It's an interesting strategy right now by Coach Brown, too, to see, there you see the replay as Miles just leans in that time, draws the contact from Poldo to ensure that he knew he had the basket already and was trying to get the 3-point play and does.
Well, it bounced a couple of times, it went through, and the senior, Jeleno Miles, now with a total of 7 points.
I wanted to point out the strategy by Coach Brown at this point now with a comfortable lead of 15 points and McGee with those 3 fouls. Probably a good time to bring him out, let him rest a little bit, and come back for the fourth quarter.
Patrick Wood checks in for Redford St. Agatha. Little contact, there was no call. There's a missed shot, tip up, and the rebound pulled down by big Greg Russell at 6'4". He gives the outlet to Jeleno Miles. 53-38 your score. Here's the runner by Miles off the glass. Bad, but there is Johnny Lamaibo. Look what I found. An easy 2 for him.
Well, he's been working hard the whole game, too.
Some contact near half court. And the ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Loyola.
Lamaibo's been working hard the whole game to try to get something to fall, and finally does.
He deserved that one, but it was actually a bad shot. It went off the other side of the glass. He was just there to pick it up. Nobody on him. Put in the easy layup. Dallas Logan looks to pass down. He gets it down low. The ball stripped away underneath. It'll be a whistle and a foul. Could go against Greg Russell. And that was big Greg Poldo driving towards the hoop.
I think they're going to call this one on Lamaibo.
They are on the reach in. That'll be his third. I have him for 3.
That's correct. You got 14 fouls now. Interesting to see, too, Loyola's kind of gone to more of an inside game in the second half. Particularly, they're using Poldo much more than they did in the first.
Loyola in blue with the ball in the inbound pass. Dallas Logan, top NBA 3 attempt. Yes!
He's having a big game.
Big 3 for Dallas Logan. We are talking long, my friends. 56-40 your score now. Loyola leads by 16. Miles with the drive and the errant shot short. Siller with a rebound all the way down. Logan should have the easy dunk. He does! And this crowd left of us is energized. The Loyola fans are picking up on this one, and Dallas Logan is doing it.
Back up by 18 now.
Here's a shot from the foul line, and give that one to Greg Russell. He's got a total of 16 now, but 58-42. Silences the crowd just a little bit. Trying to drive down, shot off the glass, missed. Follow-up is missed as well. Logan with a rebound. He tries the third, no good, and Russell with that rebound. Down court the other way, Jeleno Miles. Up. He gets some contact. Hoop doesn't go, but he'll be line for a pair. He gets the foul on Greg Powell.
Well, boy, on the offensive end of the floor, though, Loyola, just because of their size, I mean, they've got nobody that can really stay with Logan right now to St. Agatha. They just, at 6'3", he just presents some real problems for them.
I have Dallas Logan with 23 points now for Detroit Loyola. At the line, though, for the Aggies will be Jeleno Miles. Get a good look at him.
McGee's going to come back, it looks like.
And the foul shot goes off to the left.
On the floor for Loyola, number 35, Jason Butts.
And checking in for Loyola will be number 35. Jason Butts actually has 25, Jason Butts.
And here's number 11, Benjamin McGee.
And here comes back McGee one more time, as you said. Played quite at the end of the third, or the second quarter there with 3 fouls.
I'm a little surprised they're bringing him back, too, within a 16-point edge this early.
Here's another foul shot attempt by Miles. Second one is good. Jeleno Miles now with a total of 8 points and is 58-43. Basket missed by the other end. They keep it, though, down low. That's Loyola, and we're going to have some contact and another foul against the Aggies this time. That could be the third on Greg Russell.
Foul on St. Agatha's number 3, Jeleno Miles. His second is the 15th foul.
That's 2 on Miles now.
Oh, it's 2, okay. They gave it to Jeleno Miles. Inbound, Ben McGee, up and off. Or Willie Marshall with the shot, excuse me.
There's Logan again.
He has 26 points now, 61-43 is your score. Jeleno Miles for the Aggies tries to drive the lane, and there's a reach in. Give that foul to Willie Marshall.
His first. Just the fourth team foul for the Bulldogs, so they don't, or third team foul actually, so they're not really in any danger right now of putting the Aggies on the line.
Down to 115, 61-43. Nice inbound pass to Russell. There's going to be some contact, and
Siller's going to pick that one up, I believe.
Yeah.
That'll be number 2.
that was a good inbound play there. However, it's still 61-43, a huge lead for Loyola. 1:14 left to go here in the third period. You see a good shot of Coach Fenberg.
As we mentioned, if it wasn't for Greg Russell right now, boy, St. Agatha would be in a lot of trouble. He's really been the only inside force and perhaps the only scoring force, save Wesley Shaw. He had a pretty good first half with 8 points, but Greg Russell's really been doing the job inside.
He's got 17. We'll have a chance to make it 18. Get a good look at him at the foul line. 6'3" and senior.
He's had a tough job, though, defensively, trying to stay with a much bigger Loyola front line.
He makes good on the second, 61-45, a 16-point Loyola lead. They've got the ball. Ben McGee to Dallas Logan, hot with 26. Calling back for McGee, and he finds it. Now Logan looking at his coach, saying, now maybe we'll go for one shot. Under a minute to go, third period. They force it down. Drive, post, turnaround shot off the glass. Good!
That was a tough play that time.
And the basket is good.
Another play the other way.
Wesley Shaw made that hoop.
He's been kind of silent there since about midway through the second quarter. They need him back.
Well, I keep looking for number 35, which I don't have down here, who made that last basket, so that's why I was kind of silent. The number anyway. He's looking to post again. He wants the ball. Logan now down to 22 seconds. Look on the right to Sillers. Here they get it down on that post. Driving, a little left-handed shot, no good.
Now we're going to get a technical here. I think inside somebody's not happy.
And I'm looking here at our guide and don't have a number 35. Can you find one, Jeff?
Let's see what we can do. I'll tell you what's more important on this particular play. Greg Russell just picked up his 3rd and 4th foul with the technicals.
Very big.
That really hurts because, as we mentioned, he's been the only offensive force in terms of the Aggies for the most part. And now that's going to hamper his ability to play inside.
So my mystery man, who has scored a hoop, is at the foul line.
Could be a late season JV call-up.
Could be.
He's not on their regular roster.
And not on the official program guide either. So therefore we have second shot up and good. So Mr. Mysterio has 3 points, and there go to shoot the technical will be Dallas Logan. Logan with 26 points. Great mics this afternoon. You can hear the bounce into the ball. A little clang of the rim, however, it counts. 27 for Logan. He'll try to make it 28 and extend the lead, and he does.
He's just having a tremendous game. And it'll be Loyola ball, so they can make this a 20-point game going into the 4th quarter.
66-47. Big afternoon for Dallas Logan, the 6'4" junior. Yeah, 1 more year to go. He's a fine player. Inbound pass, the senior Ben McGee gets a pick. He'll take one left side of the lane. Air ball short, and he'll go back over to St. Agatha.
I think McGee was looking for a foul call there, didn't get one. Just 7.3 seconds to go. Aggies need a big shot here.
Miles across the time. Wesley Shaw, right wing 3. Bounces out Siller. There was a shot up missed by Willie Marshall. It wouldn't have counted. At the end of 3 periods of play, the Class CD Detroit Catholic League Championship game, the Bulldogs of Loyola lead St. Agatha 66-47. And it was a big 3rd period. It's been a great game, Jeff, for Dallas Logan.
Yeah, it's been a great game, boy. You know, this game is just fantastic in terms of right now, Doug, the ability of Loyola to get up and down the floor. I mean, they put 16 up in the 1st quarter. It was a shaky start for them, but then they put 23 up in the 2nd and 27 up in the 3rd.
28 points unofficially as well for Dallas Logan. We were looking, of course, the bald guy is me. I apologize for you at home. A little bit of glare, and of course Jeff Hager is sitting next to me. A great game and performance by Dallas Logan. The speed is really showing a little bit more, and maybe a deeper bench for Loyola as well.
And you know, St. Agatha, the start that they got off to, you know, simply is just that they got only 8 points in that 1st quarter, and they've scored 39 since, but so many points for Loyola. I mean, they've just played a tremendous game thus far. And it's 66-47 game so far going into the 4th quarter.
We're going to see a replay here of a dunk. And this, of course, was Dallas Logan, the highest scorer in the ball game. He goes up and look out below.
And he likes to get it down. No problem.
Good little pose there, too, and nice smile from Dallas Logan. 28 points as we head into the final 8 minutes. 66 for Loyola. The Aggies who have the ball trail, they have 47. Down the left side. Nice little move there in a basket to Delano Miles.
Number 3, Delano Miles.
And a good start of the 4th quarter for the Aggies. They double pressure there. Ben McGee, who splits it, finds Logan open left. In and out. Tip up, follow, 3. Yeah! And our mystery man has 5 points off the bench here in the 2nd half.
You know, I'm not sure. They're calling him Gregory Paldo on the bench, or the public address announcer.
Did he change a jersey?
May
he
have.
very well may have. Okay. We had a basket by Shaw on the other end. And it's 68-51. So if that's Paldo, he switched from 45 to 35 as we have Johnny Lamaibo making a 2.
We're going to get a timeout here. Looking for a 45 on the bench, but Paldo's still on the bench, so.
So I don't know. There's here he's checking back in.
Yeah.
So they've been calling him Baldo. However, that's wrong.
Unless it's his younger brother. And that's certainly a
Could
possibility.
be. It's very possible. (68-53) is your score. The highest scorer individually is Dallas Logan for Loyola with 28. So we don't have it right, and I don't believe that the officials have it right unless it is a younger brother to Greg Paldo, the center.
Oh, and you know, a lot of times this time of the year, JV seasons have pretty much wound down, or probably in this case of the Catholic League, are over. So you call up some of your better sophomores and freshmen off the JV and bring them along with you.
Good look there at Coach Robert Brown. His team leads 68-53. Down to 7 minutes now in the final period. Dallas Logan picked up by Miles. They get it down to Poldo. His shot up. And they put him with an offensive charge.
Tough move that time by Poldo. I mean, he really tried to back his way in and make something happen, and they were going to get him either for a charge or traveling, I believe.
That's the third foul on Greg Poldo. He is the senior. Across the timeline with it. Delano Miles gets it off to Wesley Shaw, driving the lane. Nice little move, up and in. There's the senior Shaw. He's got a total of 14 now.
Boy, if St. Agatha can make something happen here, make a run at him, they can get it back under single digits, then who knows what happens.
68-55. Poldo just inside the arc, drives it down, turnaround from 7 goes.
Boy, if Poldo continues to do things like that,
he's got a total of 5. Back to a 15-point lead. Wesley Shaw drives down the lane, little pull-up short off the iron. Tipped out. They get it back. Bolter, the freshman, up in. Oh, he missed it. Thought he had that one. Quickly down court, Loyola the other way. Dallas Logan. He'll try to pass down low. Poldo, look below.
Nice look that time by Dallas Logan. Give the big man the basketball.
7 for Greg Poldo. 72-55. Loyola with the lead. Aggies with the ball. Shaw with a 3 attempt to lead it off. And a rebound to Dallas Logan.
I think we're going to see a horse race here right up until the end now. Both teams are going to open this up.
The Loyola fans are really getting into Dallas Logan. Another 3 attempt. Short off the iron this time. And the Aggies with the rebound. Miles across the time. Right side. Poldo, 3. Yeah, give that one to Bolter, the freshman Bolter. That's his first 3.
14-point game, just over 5 minutes to play.
That's Dan Bolter, the freshman, with the basket. 72-58 your score. Now Logan tries it, but he walked.
No doubt about that one. Here comes Greg Russell back now with his 4 personals. And he has been the man that really kind of floated the boat here for the Aggies through the first 3 quarters.
And we'll have Maurice Payne sit down, because we'll have Russell check back in with those 4 fouls. Approaching 5 minutes. 72-58 your score. And it's Detroit Loyola with the lead. And an errant shot there by Wesley Shaw, short, and the ball will be tipped out of bounds. Going to stay with the Aggies.
Great hustle play that time by number 52, Greg Russell. He did a fine job in terms of that old play, if you will, of pitching it back off the guy that's following you out of bounds.
They have the numbers wrong. We want to thank our people in the truck for giving us Jason Butts is number 35. And they had him listed as 15, Jason Butts. That helps clear it up. Thank you.
He did a fine job while he was in here.
There's 2 shots, man.
And at the line is the senior Greg Russell, who's had a big game scoring for the Aggies. Foul shot up, and yes.
Nice free throw shooter for a big man, too. 3 of 3 so far. Got a nice stroke.
We'll get another one. And here we do have a 15. This is Jonathan Johnson checking in for Loyola.
One. Here we go.
72-59. We had the second one missed by.
That's going to be a travel.
Violation.
Oh, no, they're going to call a foul. He obviously had to call something, and thought that perhaps Mr. Jonathan Johnson, was wrestled to the floor. That's the call.
That's Johnny Lamaibo, and that'll be number 4 on him. Foul number 4 on Lamaibo, who does a good job directing the play. He's going to stay in, though, with only 4:46 remaining.
Yeah, they have to keep him in there. There's no doubt. He's been a spark plug for him today. About the only thing he hasn't had happen for him is this shot to go down.
Jonathan Johnson, a 5'9" freshman, makes his first point.
After only going 4 of 9 in the first half, boy, Loyola's really stepped up the free throw shooting here in the second, thanks to Dallas Logan for a good portion of those.
Johnson, the freshman, will have one more. Bangs it off the right side, no good. 1 of 2 for Johnson. And oh, nice steal away, reverse layup miss by Paldo. They tried to save it. And I think the Aggies will get it back.
Kind of doing a little offense-defense switch here for Greg Russell.
Yeah, Russell comes back in. Wesley Shaw will inbound it for the Aggies.
They want
To
him
Russell.
They want him offensively, but knowing defensively that he'll be a target out there on the floor.
Down to the corner, Bolter. He tries to drive through and is stripped. And we're going to have a 4-on-3. Nice steal, though, by Shaw. Shaw's got a 3-on-2. Lamido layup. Yeah, it goes.
He's made his last 3 now.
10 points for Johnny now. 73-61 your score. 4-12. There's still time for the Aggies. Loyola with the lead in the ball.
Need some turnovers, though.
Ben McGee, what a good fake, and he missed his shot. Quickly the other way, Lamido. Will he beat him with the basket? Yeah, he does.
Coach Bob Brown, I think, is going to get a timeout right here.
Robert Brown says, hey, something going wrong here, guys. If we get the ball, let's call a timeout.
No, he's
Well,
not
like
going to.
it.
He's
He
going to
pulled
say,
it
I'm going
away.
to get Dallas Logan back in.
Okay. McGee's got it. Passes off on the left side now. Booker, down low, they get it. Sillards with a turnaround, and no good. Rebound to Bolter. Bolter of St. Agatha. Whipping it down, Bolter. And he looks for Russell. On the right side it goes now. Miles with a 3 attempt. Off the iron. And Loyola comes away with it. And that's going to be Ben McGee. We're down to 3:19. 73-63.
That was a big miss by Miles there. Could have got it down to 7.
10-point game.
5-second
They
call.
call a 5-second violation. He was dribbling, but you got to bring the ball forward. And he did. Ben McGee with a turnover.
You know, as what you see a lot of times with a big lead, though, teams get a little cautious, a little comfortable, kind of lay back a little bit. Loyola's just not attacking like they were early in the third quarter and into the fourth. And it's paying off for St. Agatha because they're taking advantage of it, starting to get some easy baskets.
Well, they can cut it under 10. 73-63 is your score. Wesley Shaw drives the paint. Passes down low. Beautiful feed. Give the bucket to Greg Russell. And the assist to Wesley Shaw. And hey, it's an 8-point game, Jeff.
A little full court man-to-man pressure. Now we're going to get a foul on Shaw. That'll send Logan to the free throw line. But some pressure now bothering Loyola. It's the first pressure we've seen from St. Agatha all game long.
Wesley Shaw and Greg Russell picking it up here for the Aggies. The seniors combining on that last bucket.
Loyola only with 7 points so far in this fourth quarter after scoring 50 in the last 2.
Dallas Logan at the line, the junior with 28 points. Give him 29.
And top that off with 6 of 6 from the free throw line here in the second half.
And he bounces this one through as well. 30 points unofficially for Dallas Logan. Lamido the other way for 2.
Now they're going to get a timeout, talk things over.
We got a break in the action. 2:45 left. The Class CD championship game. The Detroit Catholic League has been exciting. The Aggies chipping away. They're hanging in there. They only trail by 9. 75-67, or if I count that better, it would be 8, wouldn't it?
Coach Robert Brown, I don't think, is particularly pleased with the way his team's played defense over the last 3 or 4 minutes because they've been basically letting, not getting back. And you've been watching a lot of fast break opportunities. You see that time Lamido, they just don't get back defensively, and man doesn't step over to help out.
He's very quick at 5'8". Logan tried to catch up with him, but he's a little bit winded because that shooting arm has been so busy this afternoon.
Absolutely. He's not afraid to shoot, but he's made his last 5 in a row, and they've all been big hoops to try to get the Aggies back in this one.
And official Rick Massa will hand the ball to him on the inbound. They find Ben McGee. Loyola across the time, 2:43 left. Down the Poldo, easy feed, and give that basket to number 33.
Redwine.
That's Melvin Redwine of Loyola. Down the other way we come. Miles will try to drive in. They give him an easy lane. He missed the shot, however. Poldo brings down the rebound.
They made an adjustment to keep it away from Poldo and adjusted too far to the right.
Dallas Logan, left baseline. His feed up, and Redwine's got 2 in a row.
Great feed, though, by Dallas Logan. he's drawing all the attention right now because he's got 30 points in the game.
And he's got a steal. They'll bring it up 79-67. His team leads by 12. We're approaching 2 minutes. Logan, good fake, runner up and off. A little contact, and it looks like we'll probably have a held ball.
I think Coach Robert Brown wanted things slowed down a little bit here in the last 2 minutes than what Loyola brought it up, but they're going to get the basketball back on the alternating possession.
Jason Sillers back in, and Booker will check out for Detroit Loyola. On the inbound, Dallas Logan. Wesley Person on him to Sillers. Ben McGee, back here's the pick, 3 attempt, left. And this time a little bit off by Dallas Logan. Quickly the other way, they left him. There's that pick, a cherry pick, and wide open was number 11, Lamaibo.
They're going to give it to him, they're going to take it.
10-point game now, 79-69. Of course, we're under 2 minutes. Ben McGee tried to split
that's all
two.
for Johnny Lamaibo.
Yeah, he's gonna foul out after a great performance by him this afternoon. And all but one of his points, Jeff, coming in the second half.
He's going to finish up with 16.
Yep, 16 points.
And probably 8 of those coming in the fourth quarter.
I have him for 10 here in the final stanza. 79-69, and Johnny Lamaibo fouls out with 16 points. At the other side, the star Ben McGee. However, McGee has not scored in the second half. He had 17 in the first 16 minutes.
5'10" Lamaibo checking out now as a senior, 5 foot 9 inches tall. That'll be his final game here in the Catholic League tournament, obviously. He has a 3.5 grade point average and also the co-captain of this team.
There you see one of the assistants with his arms around it. Ben McGee has not scored here in the second half, surprisingly.
They haven't needed him to because Logan has had such a big performance. He's
Yeah.
had 17 in the second half alone.
McGee will get another opportunity here, and no. 2 big misses by Ben McGee. It's a 10-point game. Beautiful shot by the freshman Bolter. And it's
Now,
back to 8.
Back to within 7. Bolter that time with his second 3. He struggled for the first 3 quarters, but he's come alive as well as Lamaibo did here in the fourth to try to give his team a lift. It's still a big mountain to climb, but they're a lot closer than they were. When you think about this Agatha team trailed by 19 going into the fourth quarter, so they've cut into this lead.
Well, Boulder hit it. I thought he was just on the line, but as you can see right here, he's outside, plenty of room. He put it up, and this is the guy, the freshman who scored the winner the other night in the semifinal victory against St. Clement.
And I think Coach Robert Brown's telling his team right now, we have to find that guy. Remember, he did score 33 points against us earlier this season. And just because he's been cold here throughout the game, and we've done a good job on him for 3 quarters, don't let him get away from you in the fourth.
He's not shy, just a freshman, but it's now a 7-point game. Folks, if you'd like a videotape copy of this game, you see the number on your screen right now. The address, CTND, 305 Michigan Avenue, Detroit, Michigan, 48226. Or call 313-237-5938 for your copy of this exciting C3 Catholic League Championship game. And you saw a great performance this afternoon by Dallas Logan and a lot of other people as well.
Yeah, Greg Russell's come up big. We've seen
Johnny Lamaibo, who just fouled out.
Bolter and Lamaibo starting to come up here in the fourth quarter to keep the Aggies in this one. And let's not forget Ben McGee, because in the first half he was really the straw that was stirring Loyola.
You saw the picture of the coach, John Fember, of St. Agatha. Loyola has the ball, however. And this is Dallas Logan, the high scorer in the contest with 30 across the timeline.
Interesting, they've taken the ball handling responsibilities away from McGee too and let Logan bring it up the floor.
Logan's got it. Coaching 1 minute to Ben McGee. On the right it goes.
Aggies are going to have to foul here and try to put Loyola on the line. I'm surprised that's not their strategy.
There we got it. We got the foul on Jeleno Miles. And you talk about a loud crowd next to us on the left-hand side. These Loyola faithful.
Absolutely. Other teams played extremely well here today. And the last thing you want to see is something happen down the stretch when you've been leading a game by as many as 20 points.
Melvin Redwine bounces it here at the foul line. He's got 4 points, all in the fourth quarter.
Everything's going to be 2 shots from here on in. We're in the double bonus.
He's good on number 1. Michael Law checks in. And checking out will be Maurice Payne for the Aggies. The 6'2" junior Redwine will have one more. Bends at the knees, puts it up and off. Wesley Shaw for the rebound. But we're under a minute to go, and it's an 8-point game. The Aggies have the ball.
Need threes.
They're going to be looking for threes. Wesley Shaw for the 2, however, off the iron short. And the rebound to Detroit Loyola. 3 players surround Ben McGee, and he's fouled.
It looked like they weren't going to call a foul at first, and finally the official near the baseline made the call, and will send Ben McGee to the free throw line, who was all but perfect in the first half. I mean, he made 3 of 4, and then went 0 for 2 here, the second from the charity stripe.
Yeah, he missed his last 2. These are key. This is an 8-point game.
Still a 3-possession game, but it's going to have to be 3 quick possessions.
Well, what did Yogi Berra used to say? It ain't over till it's over.
That's what they say.
And a big foul shot here. He's missed 3 in a row for the senior McGee. Good on this one.
First point of the second half. He had 17 in the first.
36 seconds, 81-72. Delano Miles, here's a steal away.
Watch the 5, slam and jam up. Thought he was going to get one there.
And a reach in against Delano Miles, but beautiful anticipation and steal by the junior Dallas Logan.
Logan had designs of his 3rd slam here, and I think that would have probably been the best one of the day, because this crowd would have erupted had he been able to get that one off.
3rd foul on Delano Miles, but the junior Dallas Logan goes to the foul line, and he's the MVP of this game. 30 points, make it 31.
And more importantly, that makes it a 4-possession game now. That pretty much ices it for the Bulldogs. This will be their 2nd straight title win in the CD portion of this Catholic League Championship over St. Agatha.
Jason Sillers checks out, gets a nice pat and round of applause. 32 points for Dallas Logan, the 6'4" junior. Down to 25 seconds, 83-72. Detroit Loyola with the lead. The Aggies of Redford St. Agatha with the ball. Oh, there's a, whoa, how did that go?
I don't know.
Underhand scoop shot. It's almost touched the rafters by the freshman Bolger, but it went through.
Wesley Shaw got another quick hoop on the inbound steal. 7 points, though, is going to be tough to overcome with 9 seconds to go.
Wesley Shaw with an inbound steal, and you're looking right now at Coach Robert Brown. He says, how did you let that one happen, guys? He says, boy, we had this one well in hand. He looks up at the clock with 8.9. It's 83-76.
Well, you still figure that they've pretty much got it in hand. I mean, it would take a tremendous finish to get 7 or 8 points on the board in the final 8.9 seconds.
They're going to pressure the inbound one more time, you know it.
And then foul immediately is what they have to do. But that's, if they don't get the inbound steal and have to commit the foul, then don't forget they're going to have 94 feet. They're going to have to go and try to get off more shots. So it's really critical. If they don't get the inbound steal here, this one will be over.
Good fun. I want to mention some of the people working on the game. Of course, our executive producer, Tom Lengel. Ken Kolb and Ken Krim in engineering. Director Dan Blakeney. Technical assistance by Shauna Lengel. Cameras among them, Brian and Dave. And we got Dave Van Beaver and his junior out there, counterpart, working as well today on the camera.
Got a young Mr. Fisher out there working the floor as well.
Pulling cable today. Yeah, Derek Fisher, DJ, pulling cable this afternoon. Greg Hall on graphics, audio, Stephanie. Did a nice performance by them as well. And double bounded on the inbound, a double teamed was Dallas Logan. And there was a foul.
I'm laughing because Greg Russell that time almost pulled Dallas Logan's shirt right out of his pants, trying to draw the foul call, trying to make something happen. They end up calling a jump ball because the man on the other side was able to tie up the loose ball.
Michael Law checking in here for the last few seconds. Down to 6.5 seconds remaining, 83-76. Stack on the inbound. They break it up, and it goes to Law. He'll have a 3 attempt short off the iron. There's a rebound for Loyola. Can he accentuate it with a 3? Oh! It may have counted. It didn't go for Dallas Logan. But the winners in the CD championship game, the Detroit Catholic League championship is Detroit Loyola. The final score 83-76.
Just a tremendous performance today by Dallas Logan. 19 second half points to finish with 32 on the game. And he was the difference in the second half without a doubt. It was very important in the first half, no doubt, but they needed him to come up big in the second half because Ben McGee had the foul trouble. It looked like he was banged up a little bit. Dallas Logan took over the ball handling responsibilities and certainly took on the scoring burden as Loyola gets out with their second straight CD title.
Yeah, 32 points for Dallas Logan, and he did a good job defensively as well. Had a couple of steals. Ben McGee, as you said, had 17 in the first half, only scored once in the final 16 minutes. He finished with 18, but they were the two offensive shows. However, Greg Waldo helped out a little bit as well. And also coming off the bench, they had a nice job by Jason Butts in the second half. So it was really probably a deeper team, Detroit Loyola, and that kind of helped out.
Boy, they'll give St. Agatha a lot of credit because after 3, I mean, this game looked like it was all over. When you looked at Loyola, they're up 19. They're in complete command. Logan is blazing the nets, and you know, St. Agatha never let him think that this game was over until the very end. They played hard in the fourth quarter, even though they ended up with 29 points in the fourth quarter. That tells you how hard they played to cut into this lead. You know, considering up until then, the best they had done is 20 and 19. And so it's just a tremendous job by the Loyola team here today, the Loyola Bulldogs, but don't sell the St. Agatha team short because they really played a courageous fourth quarter to try to get back.
And we're just a couple of minutes away from the award ceremony. We might try to get down there and catch a real quick interview with Coach Robert Brown. Right now you're looking at the medals being handed out to the consolation, well, not the consolation, the second place finishers here in the CD championship today as they lost this afternoon. And that's Redford St. Agatha. You see some of the players coming out right in the court right now. We're going to send Jeff Hager down with a microphone and get a quick interview with the victorious coach, Robert Brown.
Number 22, Michael Law.
We'll go to the PA announcer right now and we'll listen to the award ceremonies.
Number 25, Patrick Wood. Number 31, Andrew Ouellette. Number 32, Brandon Upshaw. Number 35, Elvin Holmes. Number 42, Patrick Fox. And number 52, Greg Russell. Now stepping out to receive the finalist trophy, St. Agatha head coach John Fenbert. And now, celebrating their second CD Division Championship in a row, the Bulldogs of Loyola High School. Starting out with number 3, Dallas Logan. Number 4, Victor Hicks. Number 5, Jason Siller. Number 11, Benjamin McGee. Number 12, Willie Marshall. Number 14, Brandon Dawson. Number 15, Jonathan Johnson. Number 20, Renard Allen. Number 23, Keandre Booker. Number 33, Melvin Redwine. Wearing number 35, Jason Butts. Number 45, Gregory Paldo. And 55, Hoy Monk. Now it's the Catholic High School League CD Division Championship Trophy presentation to Loyola head coach Robert Brown. Once again, congratulations to the Aggies and the Bulldogs for a great CD championship game. Now, will the Sportsmanship Award winners from the CYO please line up as you prepare to receive your awards.
2 seconds of this game. We're going to relive the last few seconds of this game with the coach, victorious coach Robert Brown, as he watches his team capture their second straight Class CG championship here at the University of Detroit Mercy. There he is, telling his kids great job, great performance this afternoon. Of course, a class act as well as the team congratulates the losers this afternoon. And of course, they had a great season leading up to this game as well, and that's Redford St. Agatha. Great performance, as we said, by Dallas Logan, the junior, with a total of 32 points this afternoon. The senior, Ben McGee, finished with 18 to lead the victors here this afternoon. I'm trying to look down at the crowd right now and see if we can spot our own Jeff Hager, who is trying to wrestle down Coach Robert Brown and get a couple of final words from him. But while we're waiting for that, I'll give you the scoring rundowns for the victorious Detroit. All right, let's go to right now. Before
Jeff Hager down here on the sideline with very happy Coach Robert Brown. His Loyola team 83-76 winners today over Redford St. Agatha. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks so much. It was a hard battle. St. Agatha has a great team, and it makes for great drama. I said that last year, and I say it again this year. It seems like these guys, we follow them, they follow us. We always end up at the same place. They're a good team.
Always end up at the same place. You end up in the fourth quarter here. It looks like you're in complete command, and they really came at you in the fourth quarter and made it closer.
They did. Our guys kind of like let up a little bit. They got kind of relaxed. They looked up at the board and saw we were up 10, and that's kind of normal. I mean, these guys, they really shut down, and then I had to light the fire again, and they got it together.
You didn't have to light a fire under Dallas Logan today, though. Boy, he played tremendous.
Well, he did not do too well last year, and he wanted to prove something this year. And I would say he stepped up to the plate, and I challenged him to do so.
Coach, good luck in the state tournament.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Coach Robert Brown here, a very victorious Coach Robert Brown, 83-76 win today for Detroit Loyola.